Yo, what the fuck is going on? You already know what the fuck it is. It's your boy Manny. So I guess I'm getting pretty consistent with the uploads, you know. Ain't shit to do here at the house, but so on the last on the fucking sandwich video, I saw a comment and somebody said, well, I don't know, for some reason it was messed up and you guys couldn't see the comments, but I could because I own the page. But somebody left a comment and they were like, you should do more cooking videos. So this is my second cooking video, my second attempt at it. But basically today we're gonna make some shrimp fried rice. It's super simple to make. So look, let me start with the ingredients. So first thing you're gonna need, the main ingredient of this is rice, but you need some white rice, the boil in the bag kind. So you're gonna need the boil in the bag rice, white rice, and usually what I have is some vegetables. Like I have like I like to put carrots and corn and onions and stuff into the rice. Unfortunately today I didn't make a grocery run, so I don't really have that right now. But I looked in the freezer and we have this Asian vegetables. So this basically has carrots, green beans, and broccoli. So as long as you got this, the main vegetables that go into it is carrots, corn, and onions. So this has one of them. It doesn't have to have corn, but it makes it taste better. But like I said, if you don't have it, that's fine. As long as carrots is like the main one that gives it flavor. So carrots and onion. Yeah, onion and carrots. If you don't have onion or carrots, I suggest you go get some. But this has carrots in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. And the last ingredient that you use, actually two more ingredients, but this is the last main ingredient, is this classic cooked IQF shrimp. This is already cooked. This is already cooked shrimp because I don't trust myself with like adding raw shrimp, because if you eat raw shrimp you can get like, I think you can get like some kind of poisoning or some shit, especially if you haven't cleaned them out. These are already cleaned, these are already cooked. All you have to do is put them in the pan. So I suggest you get some of these cooked shrimp. They're frozen, but you can thaw them out and they're good to go. So basically is that, and you need some soy sauce. Doesn't matter what kind of soy sauce you use, honestly. Like I just told my dad to pick up some soy sauce for me and he did, and this is what he came home with. So this has worked perfectly. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's missing some because I've been using it. And you need some salt and cooking oil, which looks like this. A lot of videos online, they say you should use peanut oil and specific kind of oils, but I mean this shit has been working fine. It's canola oil. Pretty sure you could use vegetable oil too, any kind of oil, to tell you the truth, except olive oil. I don't think olive oil works, but it's just those simple ingredients. So it's the soy sauce, the rice, the vegetables, the onions, the salt, and the oil. So like I said, I usually cut up the vegetables unfrozen, like fresh vegetables, but like I said, I don't have them today, so I found this bag of frozen, which works perfectly fine. Like frozen works perfectly fine too, as well as this fresh. So you can alternate, it. Like for example, like right now I have these frozen ones, but I don't have frozen onions. So what I'm gonna need to do right now is cut some up. But so these are the ingredients. So let's go ahead and get to cooking. So actually I forgot to mention one ingredient. It's egg. If you don't have eggs, you can't make it. So egg is a major ingredient. Yeah, but I think 2 eggs if you use 2 bags of rice, or 1 egg if you're just using one. Yeah, that works fine though. But all right, let's get to cooking. You know, the first thing that you want to do is chop up the onions. But I cut up, that is half of an onion. So I just chopped it up, you know, made little squares. It depends how little you want them. They don't have to be that small if you don't want them to be that small. You know, if you want to like taste them when you're eating. But yeah, so it was half an onion. Also, while I was chopping, I put the rice to boil. So right now, what we're finna do is I'm finna take it off the stove because it's still on the stove. And before you put the rice into the big like pan type thing, before you put the rice in there, you have to make sure that it's cold. Because if it's not cold, it turns like mushy, or like if it just feels weird. So you have to make sure that it's cold. So the way that you make sure that the rice is cold, you actually have to take it off of the stove once it's already boiled for like 10 minutes. You take it off the stove and obviously it's going to be hot. So what you want to do is put water, and look, this is actually cold water from the sink. So, but if you take it out, it's still steaming. I don't know if you guys can tell with the video, but it's still steaming. So with that being said, you need to grab some ice cubes. If you guys have ice cubes, maybe from your refrigerator, from your freezer, you know what, like if your refrigerator makes some, or you have a bag of ice, it doesn't matter. But you put some ice cubes in the same pan or in the same pot that you boiled it in, and you let it sit in there, and you get ice. You let it get ice cold, and that's the only way you're gonna be able to use them, is when they're ice cold, the bags of rice. So keep that in mind, because if not, if you don't have ice cold rice, it's not gonna work. Alright, so like I mentioned, you know, put ice into the rice, but before you put the rice into the pan, make sure that you drain out all of the water. Squeeze the packet of rice to get out all the water, because you don't want excess water in the pan. So right here, you just gotta put some oil up the pan. Just make sure that it spreads everywhere so nothing is sticking on the edges and stuff. So right here, this is 2 eggs that I had already scrambled up in a cup. The reason I don't just pour it into the pan is because sometimes the eggs can be bad. So the best thing to do is to scramble them before you put them into the pan. So right there, I don't know if you guys saw, but I put a little dot first. It's because you want to make sure that the pan is already hot enough for it to start frying right away. So right here, you know, you don't want to cook it all the way. You kind of get it like light yellow, and then you push the egg to the side, and you pour in the vegetables next. So you pour in the vegetables and you push the egg to the side, and you kind of move the pan to where the fire on the bottom is only touching the side of the pan where the vegetables are cooking. I mean, obviously the egg is going to stay warm because it's in the same pan, but the fire is directly under the vegetables, which is making it cook quicker. And that's what you want, especially if you have frozen vegetables. So here, basically all you want to do is just cook it, mix it around, make sure that it doesn't stay on the bottom for too long. Like, make sure that the same vegetables don't stay on the bottom for too long. Then you add the shrimp. Um, you add the already cooked shrimp. And right now, I left the stove just to go drain the water out, because there was a lot of water. I'm not exactly sure why there was so much water. I think it was because the shrimp were not all the way thawed before I poured them in, and neither were the vegetables. they still had some ice. So you want to make sure and thaw them completely before you pour them in. So right here, like I said, you just want to stir it around. Right there, that little split second, I picked it up and I went to drain out the water again. So right here, you see me start cutting up the pieces of eggs, and I start mixing the vegetables along with the shrimp, along with the egg, and then you pour in the rice. So you pour in the rice, and you go ahead and take some soy sauce and you spread it all on top, and then you start mixing it. And the soy sauce is basically what gives it that flavor of fried, quote unquote fried. It's the soy sauce. So I don't think you can put too much, but refrain from putting too little. Right there, I put a little bit of salt. It needs some kind of salt, because if not, it's not going to be salted. You just, mix it around, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so that was pretty much the whole video of how to cook shrimp fried rice. Uh, unfortunately, I couldn't finish the video in the kitchen, so I had to come into the other room. But I mean, this is what it's gonna look like. It's not as dark as they make it at the restaurants, but it's pretty fucking good, bro. That was hot. Also, I wanted to make it clear that when you're putting the rice in, make sure to squeeze out all the water. All the water out of the rice bag. Because if there's water, I don't know if you guys could see, right before I got to adding the rice, there was a lot of water. I'm not even sure. I think it's because I used frozen vegetables instead of fresh, because I usually use fresh and that never happens to me. I think that just means that you should wait for them to thaw out completely. But yeah, don't be discouraged from using frozen shit. What I ended up doing, I actually picked the pan up and I took it to the sink and I kind of drained it a little bit. But that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the whole video. If you guys liked it, leave a thumbs up. If not, leave a thumbs down. Hopefully I like how I'm experimenting with different things. But let me know in the comments if y'all like the cooking videos. If y'all don't like the cooking videos, or if y'all just want me to do video games, or if y'all just want me to quit, fuck it. But yeah, so I'll see y'all next time. I'll fuck with y'all next time. Y'all suck it easy.